This video is all about the very funny Donald Knotts, who played very many characters in his career throughout television and the movies, and was quite successful at everything he did. Here's a little biography about Jesse Donald Knotts. Donald Knotts was an American actor and comedian. He is widely known for his role as Deputy Sheriff Barney Fife on the 1960s sitcom The Andy Griffith Show, for which he earned 5 Emmy Awards. He also played Ralph Furley on the highly rated sitcom Three's Company. From 1979 to 1984, he starred in multiple comedian films, including leading roles in The Incredible Mr. Limpet in 1964 and The Ghost and Mr. Chicken in 1966. In 2004, TV Guide ranked him number 27 on its 50th greatest TV stars of all time. Knotts was born in West Virginia, the youngest of 4 children. In the 40s, before earning a college degree, he served in the United States Army and in World War II. While enlisted, he chose to become a ventriloquist and a comedian as part of a GI variety show, Stars and Gripes. After the Army, he got his first major break on television in the soap opera Search for Tomorrow, where he appeared from 1953 to 1955. He then gained wide recognition as part of a repertory company on Steve Allen's variety show, where he played the extremely nervous man in Allen's mock Man in the Streets interviews. In 1958, Knotts made his film debut in the adapted version of No Time for Sergeants. Don Knotts remained on the Steve Allen Show through the 1959-1960 season. From October of 1955 through September of 1957, he appeared in a Broadway stage version of No Time for Sergeants, where he played 2 roles, listed on a playbill as Corporal Manuel Dexterity and a preacher. In 1958, he made his movie debut with Andy Griffith in the film version of No Time for Sergeants, where he reprised his Broadway role and played a high-strung Air Force test administrator whose routine was disrupted by the hijinks of a new recruit. In 1960, Andy Griffith was offered the opportunity to headline his own sitcom, The Andy Griffith Show, that ran from 1960 to 1968. Knotts took the role of Barney Fife, the deputy and original cousin of Sheriff Andy Taylor, portrayed by Griffith. Knotts' portrayal of the deputy on the popular show earned him 5 Emmy Awards for Best Supporting Actor in a Television Comedy. When the show first aired, Griffith was intended to be the comedic lead, with Knotts as his straight man, similar to their roles in No Time for Sergeants. However, it was quickly discovered that the show was funnier with the roles reversed. As Griffith maintained in several interviews, by the second episode, I knew that Don should be funny and I should play straight. Barney dreamed of the day he could use the 1 bullet Andy had issued him. Though he did fire his gun on a few occasions, he always fired his pistol accidentally while still in his holster or in the ceiling of the courthouse, at which point he would sadly hand his pistol to Andy. This is why Barney kept 1 very shiny bullet in his shirt pocket. In episode 196, Andy gave Barney more bullets so that he would have a loaded gun to go after a bad guy that Barney unintentionally helped escape. Knotts believed the remarks by Andy Griffith. The Andy Griffith Show would end after 5 seasons, and he began to look for work, signed a 5-film contract with Universal Studios. In his autobiography, Knotts admitted that he had not yet signed the contract when Griffith announced his decision to continue the series, but he had made up his mind to move on. Believing he would not get the chance again, Knotts left the series in 1965. His character's absence on the show was explained by Deputy Fife's having finally made the big time, joining the Raleigh, North Carolina police force. Knotts went on to star in a series of film comedies that drew on his high-strung persona. From the television series, he had cameo appearances in the United Artists' It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World in 1963. He starred in Warner Brothers' The Incredible Mr. Limpet in 1964. Knotts then began his Universal 5-film contract with The Ghost and Mr. Chicken in 1966. The Reluctant Astronaut in 1967. The Shakiest Gun in the West in 1968. The Love of God in 1969. And How to Frame a Fig in 1971. After making How to Frame a Fig, Knotts' 5-film contract with Universal finished. Knotts reprised his role as Barney Fife several times in the 60s. He made 5 guest appearances on the Andy Griffith Show, gaining him another 2 Emmy Awards. And he later appeared once on the spin-off of Mayberry RFD, where he was presented as best man for the marriage of Andy Taylor and his longtime love, Helen Crump. He continued to work steadily, though he did not appear as a regular on any successful television series until in 1979, when he got the part of landlord Ralph Furley on Three's Company. For seasons 4 through 8, after he departed of Norman Fell, who had played the previous landlord. In the late 60s and early 70s, Knotts served as a spokesman for Dodge Trucks and was featured prominently in a series of print ads and dealership brochures. On television, he went on to host a variety show sitcom on NBC, The Don Knotts Show, which aired Tuesdays during the fall of 1970. But the series was low-rated and short-lived, and Knotts was uncomfortable with the variety show format. He also made frequent guest appearances on other shows such as The Bill Cosby Show, Here's Lucy in 1970. He appeared as Barney Fife, like police officer, in the pilot of the new Andy Griffith Show in 1972. Knotts voiced an animated version of himself in 2 episodes of the new Scooby-Doo movies. The Spooky Fog of Juneberry, in which he played a lawman resembling Barney Fife, and Guess Who's Knotts Coming to Dinner. He appeared as Felix Unger in stage version of Neil Simon's The Odd Couple with Art Carney as Oscar Madison. He toured in the Neil Simon's comedy Last of the Red Hot Lovers. In 1986, Knotts reunited with Andy Griffith in the made-for-television film Return to Mayberry, reprising his Barney Fife role. In early 1987, he joined the cast of the first-run syndication comedy What a Country as Principal Bud McPherson for its remaining 13 episodes. It was produced by Martin Rips and Joseph Starzinski, who had previously worked on Three's Company. In 1988, Knotts joined Andy Griffith on the TV's Matlock in the recurring role of pesky neighbor Les Calhoun until 1992. After that, his roles were sporadic, including a cameo appearance in the film Big Bully in 1996. As a high school principal in 1998, he had a small but pivotal role as a mysterious TV repairman in Pleasantville. That year, his hometown of Morgantown, West Virginia, changed the name of the street formerly known as South University Avenue, U.S. Route 119 to Don Knotts Boulevard on Don Knotts Day. Also that, in his honor, Knotts' role as Barney Fife, he was named an honorary deputy sheriff with the Morgantown County Sheriff Department. Knotts was recognized in 2000 with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He continued to act on the stage, but much of his film and television work after 2000 was as voice talent. In 2002, he appeared with Scooby-Doo in the video game Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. He also spoofed his appearances on shows in various promotions for Cartoon Network, and in a parody on Robot Chicken, where he was teamed with Phyllis Diller in 2003. He teamed up again with Tim Conway to provide voices for the direct-to-video children's series Hermie and Friends, which continued until Knott's death in 2005. He was the voice of Mayor Turkey Lurkey in Chicken Little in 2005, his first Disney movie since 1979. On September 12, 2003, he was in Kansas City in a staged version of On Golden Pond when he received a call from John Ritt's family telling him his former Three's Company co-star had died. He and his co-stars attended the funeral 4 days later. Knotts had appeared with Ritter one final time earlier in 2003 in a cameo on 8 Simple Rules of Dating My Teenage Daughter, in an episode that paid homage to their earlier television series. Knotts was the last Three's Company star to work with Ritter. During this period of time, macular degeneration in both eyes caused the otherwise robust Don Knotts to become virtually blind. His live appearances on television were few. In 2005, he played his Ralph Furley character while playing a Paul Young variation in a Desperate Housewives sketch on the 3rd Annual TV Land Awards. He played that part one final time in Stone Cold Crazy, an episode of the sitcom The 70s Show, where he played the landlord. It was his last live-action television appearance. His final role was in Air Buddies 2006, a direct-video sequel to Air Bud, voicing the sheriff deputy dog sniffer. Knott's friend, Al Chico, said, Don was somewhat of a ladies' man. He fancied himself something of a Frank Sinatra. The ladies loved him and he dated quite a bit. Knotts was married 3 times. His marriage to Catherine Metz lasted from 1947 until their divorce in 1964. They had a son, Thomas Knotts, and a daughter, an actress, Karen Knotts. After they divorced, Knotts raised his daughter as a single parent. He married Laura Lee Kuchka in 1974. They divorced in 1983. His third marriage was to Frances Yarborough from 2002 until his death in 2006. Knotts died at the age of 81 on February 24, 2006 at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles from pulmonary and respiratory complications of pneumonia. Related to lung cancer, he underwent treatment at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in the months before his death, but returned home after reportedly feeling better. He was buried at Westwood Memorial Park in Los Angeles. Knott's obituary cited him as a major influence on other entertainers. In early 2011, his grave plain granite headstone was replaced with a bronze plaque depicting several of his movies and television roles. A statue honoring him, created by Jamie Lester, was unveiled on July 23rd of 2016 in front of the Metropolitan Theater on High Street in his hometown of Morgantown, West Virginia. I'd like to close this video out with just to say how much I really appreciated Don Knotts. He was a great actor on Mayberry, or Andy Griffith Show. I love to watch him on there, and I still watch episodes to this day, and I still laugh. He just had a certain charisma about this guy that you cannot find in only certain people in life. And he had that. He had that pursuit of making something out of nothing funny. His facial expressions, his movements, his whatever he showed on the screen, it was just so funny. And you go over these things and you watch them, and they're always funny time and time again. I'm so happy I made this little video here on YouTube, and it showed me a lot of what Don Knotts did. I mean, look him up. Look up some of the movies he did. He did numerous movies. There's so many movies that he did, so many TV shows, so many appearances that he did. I was able to meet his daughter Karen Knotts, and she was quite a lady too. She was in a parade in Mayberry Day. I think she still goes there to this day, to the Mayberry Day parade. And she's one of the people you can meet and talk to, and what a personality. She sure shines of her father, that's for sure. And I want to thank you all for watching. I'll be on here to keep on bringing you more things about other people that come up. And hopefully you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.